Hello everyone. So my research is recent research is pretty much focusing on indigenous leadership, particularly from the indigenous indigenous people's perspective. Basically, I have the three research questions. The first research question is, what is leadership? What is leadership from indigenous people's perspective? Because in the literature, most of the definition is from European people's perspective. There is a lack of the sufficient research on how indigenous people perceive their own leadership. So basically, I'm going to conduct qualitative study and to understand how indigenous people perceive their own leadership. This is my first research question. And my second research question, I'm going to explore how indigenous leadership is displayed in the different contexts. The first context could be educational reform context, how indigenous educational leadership lead school change or system change. This is the first aspect. And second one, I'm going to focusing on the relationship between the culture context and the indigenous leadership, because culture is a really important factor to decide how people behave. In the indigenous culture context, indigenous people will have their unique leadership practice. This is my second research question. And my third research question is pretty much focusing on the effectiveness of successful indigenous leadership practice. Basically, I'm going to use the quantitative study to check out how, to what extent, successful indigenous leadership practice can influence teacher emotions and student learnings and school effectiveness.